And welcome back to Brick Gaming YGO. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today we'll be looking at why I always use cloth mats. Now, there's another kind of personal opinion video. I know everyone loves personal opinions and like how opinion content is definitely the best type of content. But I think this is also, outside of opinion content, something kind of important, and I also would recommend it for other Yu-Gi-Oh players. So, I just mentioned, I'm going to be talking about why I use cloth mats. And from me, I have a cloth mat, a really old Battleground, 1995. You're not getting like fancy cloth mats or like really OG ones are rare or anything like that. You can just get an average cloth mat for like $60 or less online. It's sometimes even as low as like $20 to $40 in that price range. It's also pretty reasonable for a lot of general release cloth mats that aren't limited or anything like that or really old. So it's not a super expensive investment, and I'm going to go over why I will never use rubber mats in tournament again. Now, I like to use rubber mats for my videos just because, it adds a little bit of spice. I can kind of show off some of the old cool mats I've used in the past or I own or won, all that type of fun stuff. But I always like cloth mats the most. And I want to first off go over value over time, if that matters to you. I mean, you can kind of skip through that part just a little bit. I'll probably spend about a minute on that. Then I'm going to go over how long they last, like durability, duration, all that type of stuff. And then finally, I will be going over feel and kind of like the different material, all of that type of stuff. So first off, value over time. Cloth mats generally over time, as they get older, if you keep them in good shape, which is generally pretty easy if you keep them clean, you can put a rubber mat under them to keep the backs clean if you're like really OCD about it. If you keep them clean, you don't let the edges fray too much. Usually that's a problem with Battlegrounds the most, like for newer ones, because they have the stitching on the back, which can fray over time. But if you keep your mats nice, and over time you hold on to them, the value will go up in them. Usually, in most cases. Now, sure, there's a couple that will remain in price for a really long time, but the thing is that over time, they go up in value. If you look at like really old Spellgrounds, like 1994, 1995, anything really before the year 2000 for the most part, a lot of them are a couple $100 price tags or more online, like ranging all the way up to over $1,000, depending on which ones they are. So, looking at like price value and all that type of stuff, those Spellgrounds back in the day you could probably buy, I believe, was anywhere between $12 all the way up to like $30 or $40, which is really affordable for a mat. And if you held on to your from all the way back then, even if you used it quite a bit, you could still get a few $100s out of it and then buy a newer mat, telling you like more, anything like that. Not sure that's holding onto a mat for a really long time, but you can always buy multiple mats if you have the money for it, or you just really like one design, then just go for it. Like, there are a lot of really cool designs out there. There are a lot of original designs. I would recommend Ophidian. I would recommend Spellground. I would, of course, recommend Jim. I would recommend even like No Limit Gaming mats. There are a lot of really good designers out there. Even like Triff's mats are really good. I believe he released one with the Electron on it. That mat's amazing. One of my buddies been using it for a good minute now, and it's a really solid mat, really great, really nice looking. Now, next I'm going to move into durability and durations of the mats. Generally, cloth mats have really long life expectancy, and by life expectancy, I mean unless you're kind of throwing your mat around, like ripping it up, stuff like that, cutting it by accident, anything like that, or spilling like something on it, your mats are usually pretty well protected, and they won't like fray for the most part unless you have a modern Spellground or one with stitching in the back. But for the most part, if you just use it for regular Yu-Gi-Oh play, regular tournament play, you will never really have issues with the mats while no major damage happens to them. And even like someone spills on it, there are ways to wash and clean them. Like even clean out old lint, clean out like the mat, all that type of stuff. There are really easy ways to clean your mats. You can find these tutorials on YouTube. You can find tutorials just by searching in Google. I don't really have time to go over all that type of stuff, and other people have probably done a better job on it than me. But And there's a lot of really great ways to keep your mats in good condition. You can put other mats under them, like just your standard plastic mat. And durability on these mats are really good. Like if you look up durability tests on these mats, generally a lot of mats do really well, and they're usually pretty easy to clean afterwards. Even white ones, it's not like the biggest struggle ever. Sure, it's a little bit of extra work, but generally if you put in the time, you can clean them afterwards. And darker color ones are super easy to clean. You really don't have like that big of issue, and if you keep them nice just for regular tournament play, or just keep them like, just over time, they're going to last forever. Like I've never had problems with mats where they've just fallen apart or anything like that, even like really old ones or ones I've been through a lot of use. Like cloth mats last way longer than plastic mats. Now my problem with plastic mats is over time, a lot of the art and detail wear down, kind of getting a more faded look. Which isn't really my thing. I like to keep my mats looking really nice. Next, edges on them do wear down and fray. Unlike cloth mats generally don't fray. Once again, I'll mention Modern Spellgrounds. Modern Spellgrounds sometimes have those stitching on the bottom, and that can fray and cause you a bit of problems. But as long as you're keeping in good shape, that's generally not going to happen to you. And generally when fraying happens on plastic mats. Also plastic mats, generally the quality is much lower. Generally, like, you have to buy a really thick one if you want to have it last very long. Also, generally it's also just mouse pad paper. Or not mouse pad paper, sorry, that's not a thing. Mouse pad, like, kind of like the plastic feel of it. So it's like generally lower quality. And now finally I'm going to move into feel. And I kind of mentioned that a little bit, but the feel of a plastic mat when you slide your cards across it is not smooth, it's not as good, it's just overall a lot more worse, versus, for example, if I were to take my extra deck here and slide across this mat real fast, super smooth, super easy, no problem whatsoever. Like, I'm not the best at sliding cards, and even this is pretty easy. Like, it doesn't take any pressure. Like, you can just do it as softly, and it's super easy on these mats. Like, they're really nice, really good quality. As I mentioned earlier, great quality on cloth mats. Super easy to slide your cards. Super easy just to shuffle on them. All that type of stuff. Easy to move your cards from your from your field to your graveyard. Summoning cards, moving cards on the board, all that type of stuff. Super easy to do with the cloth mat, just a lot better feel. That's really what I'm getting at here. It is a way better feel, and it's way nicer overall. Now, just to leave you off with a final message, generally these plastic mats a lot cheaper. Like in a respect, like if you have a WCQ one, that's probably gonna be more pricey. But looking at general price range, you can get like one of these mats, like a plastic mat, for about $20. Not too expensive. But you can get a 2-player Spellground online, brand new, maybe not the most appealing one, for anywhere between $20 or $40. You can get a nicer one from another company for about $60+, and you can get some limited ones that are really cool, like really original art on them, like even some OG ones like this one for a little bit more. Sure, it's going to cost you like arm and leg sometimes, but in my opinion, it's worth the investment. It's going to last you way longer. It's a really nicer feel, way nicer look, overall way better quality. And that's why I'm always going to use a cloth mat before I ever use a plastic mat. And that's why I'm always going to use one of these mats for a tournament instead of a plastic mat. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like this, kind of talking about like mats, quality, even card sleeves in the future, let me know in the comments below. Just let me know what's going on, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Brick Gaming White Joe signing out. See y'all in the next video.